welcome back and welcome to one of my last top 10s of the year. Today I'm going to bring you my top 10 movies of 2019, and as always when I talk about movies I give no spoilers, and my top 10 aren't necessarily the films that I think are like, oh yes, the most amazing films of the year. These are my personal favourites that I have seen this year, and I do have a couple of bonus like special mentions in here as well. The first of these will come as no surprise because most of these are films I saw more than once, but this film I did see 5 times in the cinema. And that of course is Avengers Endgame. I went to see this, yes, 5 times. I compared the various different formats and talked about them in a movie review from that week. And then I went to see it when they brought it out with a special bonus content that was hardly anything, but it was worth seeing it again, and it meant that I did a double header with the next film on my list, which is Spider-Man Far From Home. Both of these films for me kind of have a bit of everything. They have a bit of like nostalgia, a bit of action, a bit of romance, a bit of comedy. Like both of these films made me laugh and cry and gasp. So that is why they are on the list. I saw Spider-Man 3 times, which again, if you've been following my movie reviews, will come as no surprise. Then next we have a film that I saw twice, and this is Rocketman, which of course is the Elton John biopic starring Taron Egerton. I'm not sure if I could possibly make a kind of book versus movie on this one now, having read the book Me by Elton John, his like autobiography. It could be possible to make a book versus movie on that one. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. But yeah, absolutely love this one and saw this twice in the cinema. And then the next one, if you have watched my most recent movie reviews or if you have seen my weekly vlogs, you will know that I love this one, and this is Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Again, it made me laugh, it made me cry, it had some action, it had a really, I just thought the storyline of this one was really easy to follow, and so obviously it's, yes, one that I really enjoyed this year, and I have seen it twice already as of filming this video. However, I would like to see it in Dolby format just because I really want to be hit with that sound, and I feel like when I saw it in regular format it was a little bit quieter. IMAX was pretty good, but I feel like the sound, Dolby's going to be where it's at. And then Fighting With My Family. This is one of those underrated ones that I've not seen a lot of people talking about, and you know I absolutely love this one. I saw it twice. I ended up watching kind of it for a bit of a third time because I didn't watch the whole thing on a plane, and I just really enjoyed it. And it was a toss-up between whether this one starring The Rock went on my list or whether I went with a different Rock film and went with Jumanji, but I've only seen Jumanji once so far because there have been some other new releases I've wanted to see over seeing Jumanji again. But I really love Fighting With My Family, and I did see it twice and I did like it, and it did make me laugh and it did make me cry, and I like the fact that it was about wrestling, and just, yeah, not enough people have shared the love on this one. It's one of my top 10 of the year. And then another one which I've seen twice, which gets absolutely slated in most people's reviews, but I absolutely loved it, and that is Last Christmas. I almost saw it for a third time. I was supposed to go and see it on Sunday, but I really wasn't feeling well, and so I chose to stay in bed instead, which I kind of feel bad about because I would like to see it, but you know, it's in the second run cinemas at the minute, so maybe I'll do a little post-Christmas Christmas film. We shall see. But I loved it. Again, it's one of those films that kind of had a little bit of everything for me, and that's why I really enjoyed it. And then another one which I also saw twice, that is Lego Movie 2. I have a lot of love for the Lego movies. I think that they do wonderful things without people realizing it. They share this like amazing message of acceptance, an amazing message of kind of tolerance and how we should look at the world and how we should behave in the world. And not enough people, again, kind of like realize what great things these Lego movies are doing. And again, it made me laugh, it made me cry, there was some action in there, and it was just a jolly good time. And I mean, the voices that are attached to this one, it's a big movie, and I feel like, yeah, it didn't have kind of a long enough run. I thought it was really, really good and really well done and really entertaining, and I enjoyed seeing it on my own, and I also enjoyed seeing it with children. So there we have it. And then the final one on my list, which I saw more than once, and that is Free Solo, which is one right from the beginning of the year. And I did see this twice because they re-released it. Did they re-release it in IMAX or they re-released it in Dolby? I think it was IMAX. It was so long ago. Obviously, it was nominated and won Best Documentary Feature at the Oscars. And I saw it and then went back to see it again with my husband, and it was just fantastic. And if you haven't seen this documentary, it's well worth a watch, but it will definitely keep you on the edge of your seat. There are some moments where you think that possibly somebody's going to die, and it's just a film about rock climbing and free soloing, so it might not be one that you would think of watching, but it's really amazing, and I saw it twice and I loved it, and it made it onto my top 10 of 2019, so there you have it. And then two films which I did only see once, but if I think I was traveling or I was just working around the clock, so I didn't get a chance to see these ones again before they left the cinemas. The first of these is Booksmart, which you may remember from when it came out. I just absolutely loved. It's the female Superbad, but with like extra awesomeness added in and a little less sleaziness, and it's just sex positive and feminist positive and diverse, and just like it's intersectional feminism. It's just everything all rolled into this amazingly funny, entertaining film, and I do need to watch it again very, very soon. I was going to watch it on Delta Flight, but then I found out that they, cut some bits out on there, like them saying the word vagina, so I didn't feel inclined to watch a censored version, so I will seek this one out to rewatch again soon. And then the final one that I definitely made it on the list, but I didn't end up seeing more than once just because of time constraints, and that is Aladdin, the live action version of Aladdin. Aladdin is my favourite animated Disney film, or always was. So the live action version really had something to stand up to. I saw it opening night, I saw it in Dolby. I don't know why I didn't see it again, but I absolutely loved it. Will Smith did an amazing job. I liked the new song, and I really regret not seeing it again whilst it was in the cinema. I should have made that happen. But yes, still made it onto my top 10 because I'm still thinking about it months later, so it definitely deserves a spot on my top 10. And then I have two films that get an honourable mention because they got absolutely slated by the film critics and the reviewers, but I really loved them, and they were candidates for being in the top 10, and because they got that kind of message from the critics, I thought I want to mention them here. The first of these is The Kitchen, which is the kind of mafia film starring Tiffany Haddish, who I don't normally like, but she's in two films on my top 10 this year. What's up with that? Elizabeth Moss, and of course Melissa McCarthy. And I just thought it was great. It was kick-ass. Again, it kind of had me on the edge of my seat. It gave me some stuff to think about, and I don't know why it got so slated because I really loved it. I think people were just thinking, oh, these are comedy actresses, and just, yeah, they can't do serious, but they did serious, and they did serious really well. I thought it was great writing. I thought the storyline was fantastic, and I wish it had a longer run, because by the time I would have been able to see it again, it was just gone, just like that. And then the second of these is Cats. I talked about this in depth in my most recent movie review, so I will leave this linked up here for you, because everybody else hated this. I loved it. The person I went to see it with loved it. And for me, it's a special, special film because they've made a film of the stage show. And I love the stage show, and I love the music, and I love the costumes, and all of that was in there. And it was just magical, and I will be going to see it again very soon, if not by the time you watch this video. So those two get honorable mentions for me. They made it into my top 12, and possibly, yeah, you know, they were originally on my top 10 and then things got moved around. But yes, I have not seen them more than once. I would like to see them more than once, but most of the films on my top 10 I have seen more than once. Avengers Endgame I saw 5 times. Oh my goodness. Let me know in the comments, please, what were some of your favourite movies of the year. If you agree with any of the 10 on my list, please let me know. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. But these are all always just my opinions. I will be back with another video for you very soon. So make sure you are subscribed so that lands in your subscription feed. If you enjoyed this one, obviously give it a thumbs up. I will be back very soon. I will see you in the comments. Bye bye.